Structure of aviation legislation. Australian aviation law is arranged into a three-tiered structure, each with its specific focus on aviation safety and regulatory compliance. Tier 1. Primary legislation, Civil Aviation Act, 1988. This foundational law establishes the Civil Aviation Safety Authority, CASA, which is tasked with regulating the safety of civil aviation within Australian territory and for Australian registered aircraft globally. It defines CASA's authority, responsibilities, and powers. Airspace Act 2007. This act grants CASA the authority to regulate Australian-administered airspace, including defining airspace classifications, managing safety, and making regulations to ensure efficient and safe air traffic management. Tier 2. Regulations. Civil Aviation Regulations, CAR, 1988. Originally the primary source of aviation rules, CAR is gradually being replaced by the Civil Aviation Safety Regulations, CASR, to modernise and streamline regulatory requirements. However, some CAR provisions still apply until fully transitioned into CASR. Civil Aviation Safety Regulations, CASR, 1998. CASR encompasses most of the modernised regulations governing aviation safety and operations. The CASR parts are structured similarly to the US Federal Aviation Regulations, making them more familiar to those with international aviation experience. CASR addresses a wide range of subjects, from licensing to aircraft operations. Tier 3, Standards and Legislative Instruments, Manual of Standards, MOS. The MOS documents contain detailed technical standards that are referenced in CASR. These standards were often derived from earlier Civil Aviation Orders, CAO, and are integral to the compliance framework. Civil Aviation Orders, CAO. These orders historically provided specific standards linked to CER regulations. Many CAOs are being phased out and incorporated into MOS to align with CASER. However, some CAOs still remain active for areas not yet covered by CSR. Other instruments includes various legal documents such as directives, approvals, exemptions, and special conditions. These instruments may be issued on a case-by-case basis to address specific needs or circumstances within aviation operations. Aeronautical Information Publications, AIP. The AIP is a critical set of documents provided by Airservices Australia, part of the Aeronautical Information Service, AIS. It serves as an essential reference for flight planning and includes En route supplement. Australia, ERISA, details aerodrome information, emergency procedures, and other operational data. Departure and approach procedures, DAP East and DAP West. Primarily used by pilots flying under Instrument Flight Rules, IFR, these procedures detail how to safely depart from and approach aerodromes. NOTAMs, Notice to Airmen, time-sensitive alerts about changes in airspace, hazards, facility conditions, or procedures. AIC's Aeronautical Information Circulars. These provide additional information not suitable for a NOTAM, such as flight safety updates, legislative changes, or new navigational techniques. Navigation charts, a variety of charts, including terminal area charts, TAC, en route charts, ERC, NCHISDAT, and World Aeronautical Charts, WAC, assist pilots with visual and instrument navigation. Supporting materials. To aid compliance and understanding, CASA provides several types of supporting documents. These materials are advisory and aim to clarify regulations without adding new obligations. Key supporting resources include manuals and handbooks. Offer detailed explanations of CASA's administrative policies and the steps that both CASA and industry participants should follow. Advisory circulars, ACS. These documents provide interpretive guidance, suggesting methods to comply with specific regulations. They clarify technical or operational requirements and may highlight best practices, though they are not mandatory. Information sheets and checklists. Designed for quick reference, these materials cover topics like aviation medical standards, drug and alcohol regulations, or pre-flight safety checks. Plain English guides, PEGs. Created to simplify and clarify complex legislative information, PEGs are written in user-friendly language and often include digital tools for better comprehension. They combine relevant regulations and MOS content into cohesive documents that align with operational needs, ensuring pilots and operators can easily access and understand essential regulatory requirements. This layered structure of legislation and supporting documentation ensures that all aspects of aviation safety are covered comprehensively, providing clear rules and practical advice to support VFR operations throughout Australia.